Hi, this is a review of the MID816R2, the capacitive version of the MID816, purchased from MyMobiles.com. This is an unboxing, general review, and we'll show little programs and some comparisons with the other tablets. So let's get started. The box, you'll notice, is actually different than any other box I've seen. It's blue. It's not the old white Android box you've always seen. Open it up, you have your standard, tablet in a box with your little phone. There's the device. We'll get back to that. Underneath, you get your power supply. It is a 12-volt power supply, most likely compatible with the MID816 as well. Headphones, and a little USB cable. And it also does come with a manual in English. Always nice for those that aren't aware of Android. So that's the box. Get that out of the way. Now I come back to the tablet. And this is an 8-inch 4x3 tablet, capacitive 2-point touch. It is running a Samsung processor at 1.2 gigahertz, 512 megs of RAM, and a 4 gig internal micro SD. As you can see, looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and compare it with some other devices though. I have here the original MID816. As you can see, similar size, similar form factor. The MID816R2, the capacitive version, has a nice feel to it though. It's got these beveled kind of edges along the side. It's light. It's actually lighter than the MID816 by just a hair. It just feels really good to hold. The screen, this is capacitive, this is resistive, single touch. They feel about the same consistency, but this one has a little more of a glassy shine to it. Now I've also got the T9, which is, these are all available at MyMobiles. And the T9 device is also an 8-inch capacitive 4x3 form factor running the Samsung processor at 1 gigahertz. And this one is actually 5-point multi-touch, so you can take 5 fingers on it versus the MID816R2, which is 2. This one retails for about $235 and this one about $245 right now. So I just wanted to also show you some weight comparisons here. Got a trusty little scale. And we'll start with the classic MID816, and that comes up in ounces at 503 grams, or in kilograms, 503 grams, or 1 pound and 1 5/8 ounce. We go to the MID816R2, it's coming in at 1 pound, 1 3/8 ounce, or 493 grams. So just a shade lighter, and you get capacitive, and also it feels better in your hands. And then you have the T9. Now the T9 is a beast on weight. It's about 1.5 times the weight, but the build quality feels a lot more sound. It's coming up at 676 grams, or 1 pound, 7 7/8 ounces. So almost 1.5 pounds on the T9. But you will notice it has kind of a glassy screen. It feels like a lot harder screen, a lot more durable, and it has a metal backing on it. But I'll do separate reviews on the T9 later. For now, we are here to talk about the MID816R2 capacitive. And I also want to give you one more size comparison. I've got right here a Herotab C8, again also MyMobiles available. This is a 7-inch 16:9. You can see the MID816 gives you a lot more screen real estate, but thickness-wise they're all about the same. So let's go ahead and zoom in. Perfect. Now, as I said, this is a 8-inch, we're going to go ahead and turn it on, 8-inch capacitive 2-point 1 gigahertz processor. Pretty much everything on this is almost identical to the MID816, the original one, except that this is capacitive 2-point touch and a little better feel on the plastic mold. Now, one other important thing that the MID816R2 is missing that the regular MID816 had is a physical volume toggle on the side. That is something that I wish they would have put on this device, but I believe once we get the R2 rooted, we can change these two buttons here to volume up and volume down, and then put in button savior. So now that it's booted, you can see boot time was pretty fast. It's running the Nexus in the background. The DPI settings on it are actually kind of high or low, if you will, so everything's a little big. Again, once we're rooted, we should be able to change that and give us more screen real estate. You can see it comes with some standard programs here on the search. You've got APK installer, the browser, camera, email, all your, all the necessary things to run. It comes with YouTube, and it also comes with the full market, updated into the newer market. And you can see very responsive, no lag going on there. And you have Gmail and this Mobi player and a media player. Now I'm going to install a couple programs, and then we'll come back and we'll actually test the device with those additional programs, so we can show you the 2-point touch a little better and things that way. So we'll be right back. Thanks. Alright, I'm back. And one other thing I forgot to show you before on the physical side of it are the buttons. On the front here you have 3 buttons. You have your home, power and back, and the menu button. And then you have the camera right up here. And on the edge you have the power, headphone, micro SD, HDMI, the microphone, the mini USB, and the full USB. The other sides are all flat, and on the back you just have your speaker back here, which is actually a very loud speaker for the device, which you'll see. So let's go ahead and just show you some programs and go from there. We'll start with the settings, and under About Device you can see model number, full Android, S5PV210, which is the processor. It's running Gingerbread 2.3.1, and there's the different build. The firmware is dated 5/31/2011. You have your usual Android menu setups. On the display you can have you have the same TV out modes that you had with the MID816, and you can specify all that for the HDMI out. Also the screen brightness, which is up. And one other cool thing on this device is it actually it comes Bluetooth ready. It doesn't have Bluetooth built into it, but I've got a great little mini Bluetooth adapter you get for like $5-6 online maybe, or even cheaper. You just put that bad boy into the device on the side, and then you can go into Bluetooth, and you can turn on your Bluetooth. And as you can see, I had previously paired it up with my Blue Ant headset, but you can make it discoverable, scan for devices, and have Bluetooth on the device, or maybe a Bluetooth stereo headset. So that's really kind of cool, and I haven't seen that on the MID816 yet, but the Bluetooth drivers are already installed. So we're going to remove that, put that to the side. Now, in terms of programs, let's go ahead and start with just Adobe Reader. Oh, not the calculator, Adobe Reader. And I've got some test things in here. Just real quick, we've got a book, Charles Dickens' Tale of Two Cities. And right now I've got it in scroll mode. There we go, there's our text. And you can see it works pretty well there. We'll change the view mode to reflow text. And you can change the text zoom and size. And now it just clicks by there. Or we can turn it that way. Very readable. I've also got a graphic novel on here. Yep, mature readers, and we're going to change this to view mode of fit to screen, and we're going to just turn it this way. If we change the view mode to continuous scroll, you can see you can scroll that way. Or so we make it a little bigger, we can scroll this way, and very readable and awesome. So that's PDFs. Ebooks, we can use Aldeco. Dismiss the tips. Comes with White Fang. Right now I've got it in day-night mode, and you can see great black background against white text. We can change the day-night mode to day. And now we have white against black text. You can also adjust the brightness right here along the side, which is good. So that's an ebook. Gonna go ahead and go to Angry Birds here real quick. Performance-wise, this tablet screams when it comes to performance. Just like the MID816, also the T9, and you can hear that speaker, it's really loud. And with the multi-touch, we can zoom in and zoom out on Angry Birds. Now you notice it seems a little jittery, and we'll get into more of that when we see the paint program. But as you can see, performance-wise, Angry Birds as smooth as it's ever been. And that speaker is loud. So we'll get out of Angry Birds here. And let's go to Rock Player. And we'll just show you some test videos that I made. And we'll start with 480p MPEG. Oh, I don't want to play it in hardware decoding, so we'll do software. And as you can see, it's smooth. Actually, that was a 480p one. And let's go ahead and do the 720p MPEG. See a little bit of stuttering jittering there, but it's playing fine. And if we do the 1080p MPEG, you can see it's making it through. But there could definitely be some optimization for video players and how they work with it. Alright. And I think that future firmwares can make that a little better than what it was. Actually, a lot better. Also, I'm just going to show you the Wi-Fi antenna on here. Very strong Wi-Fi, just like the MID816. You can see plenty of devices in the area I'm living in right now. So a lot of options there. And one other thing I want to show you, Toddler Lock here. This is just a program I use for painting. I know it can recognize up to 5-point multi-touch as it does on the T9. But just proof of concept. You can see 2 fingers. Now if I put 3 on there, it doesn't usually like to respond to that. So it really only likes 2. Now you can see it's kind of jumping and jittering between the two. I think it's because it does actually a calculation more so than some of the other capacitive. So that's why it makes it a little jumpier on like Angry Birds. The T9 on the other hand, which has a 5-point multi-touch, very smooth, very accurate, and really if it wasn't for the weight, it would be just perfect. With the weight, I think I'll still prefer it. It's a bit more durable. I, in particular, have a toddler who likes to use the tablet, so a harder screen would work better for me. Now this screen is pretty tough, but as you can see, there's some flexing of it. The little ripples there. And I've seen that happen with my MID816 also. The wires in the back kind of press up on the screen. It doesn't damage the screen at all. It just causes little ripples when you're using it. But overall, this is a really, really great device. If you like the MID816, you're going to love the MID816R2. And if you read good things about the 816, you're going to like the R2 again also. Just having the ability for the 2-point touch completes the device. It allows you to zoom in on web pages, zoom in on maps. When you're playing Angry Birds, you can zoom. I was playing Heavy Gunner on it, which ran great. Very graphic intense game where you're holding the tablet and doing 2 turrets at the same time. Everything worked fine. It's just a nice device, and look for my review on the T9 as well. This is kind of, you could call it its competition, but the T9 has 5-point multi-touch, and again it's a heavier, sturdier build, but the edges can be just a little sharp. But that's the device. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope to have some more soon. Bye.